Laynie and welcome to my channel. We have a very gloomy, chilly fall day here, so I do have a wonderful cup of, I think it's called like sweet cinnamon spice tea. Oh my gosh. It is just perfect for today. I've got tea, I'm hanging out with you guys, I'm having a great day. Let me know how you are down below. I'm so sorry if you A, hear my heater running. It is getting chilly out there. And 2, my neighbor is getting a new deck put on. It is beautiful, I'm very jealous. Our deck now looks very fancy and old, but that's okay. It is not in the budget right now to get a new deck. But anyways, he is getting a new deck put on, so you'll probably hear power tools in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. So today I'm going to do a makeup video. It's been a little while since I've featured some makeup content, and honestly, that's just because my lifestyle has shifted since being a mom. I just don't do full glam a lot. I do wear makeup every day, and I still love makeup. Putting on makeup is still my me time. It's how I get myself centered and prepped for the day, especially on the days I work. I cannot go to work without makeup on. I literally feel unprepared for my day if I don't have my face on. So makeup is still so important to me, but I just don't have the time to sit and play and explore. So perfume has really filled that void for me. But I don't want you to think beauty is still not going to be on my channel, or that I still don't love makeup, because I still love beauty. I still love beauty content. So today we're talking beauty, and I'm very excited about the product we're going to chat about because it's actually one that I'm really impressed with, and I feel like it's been a minute since something new makeup wise has come on the market and really wowed me. Like, I have some staples in my collection, but not very often am I wowed by something new, and oh my goodness, I really love this. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint Foundation. It says with peptides and ceramides. I am a pretty big drugstore makeup shopper now, but every once in a while I pick some stuff up at Sephora. I picked this up on vacation, and it was totally a random find. We had gone to the beach, it ended up raining. I was looking kind of greasy because I had sunscreen on still. I also just had absolutely no makeup on, and we were thinking about going to go grab some dinner, and I was just like, oh, okay, I never do this, but I was like, I've got to throw something on. I had packed nothing because, like I said, we were supposed to be having a beach day, and it ended up raining. And I saw this sitting on the shelf by the mirror, and I was like, huh, you know, I haven't really tried Danessa Myricks products. Okay. And also, I will not use anything at a Sephora where someone could have possibly put their fingers in it, you know, ew. And I was like, oh, it's a squeeze tube. Okay, I'll squeeze a little bit on my hand, and I'll just kind of like, I was mainly just trying to like even these dark spots a little, get rid of a little redness, just kind of make myself look slightly put together. And I had to go to like 12 Sephoras to find it because it was sold out everywhere. Apparently it had gone viral. Long story to tell you, that is what we're talking about today. This is not a cheap product, but I feel like when it comes to high-end foundations, it's not terrible. It's $36. I feel like pretty standard for foundations that are from Sephora. It has quite a few shades in the shade range, which is nice, all the way from very fair to deep. I do think this is something that doesn't need like 700 shade options because it is more of a tint than a foundation, so it's kind of easier to make it match up if you're kind of in between a shade. It's supposed to be hydrating and smoothing, skincare infused, which I always love, something that gives me a little extra boost of skincare, with light coverage that is skin light. I really love the concept that it's supposed to visibly smooth the skin. I will tell you my trouble areas with my skin: large pores. They're better than they used to be because I really prioritize my skincare, but I just have my dad's skin. My dad has large pores. I got his skin. I have large pores. No matter what I do with skincare, they're just never going to be porcelain-like pores, fine lines, and slight discoloration. This is in shade 3. I was having a little bit of a tricky time matching myself, and that is because I bought this in the summer, and I knew I had more color than I will throughout the rest of the year. And I was like, oh, like, should I get the one that really matches me right now, which was one shade up, or should I go one shade lighter? So I went with number 3. So number 3 says fair to light with golden undertones. And I honestly really like how this applies with my fingers. I've used it with a brush. It does a nice job as well. But I feel like I get the most coverage when I use my good old-fashioned fingertips. Honestly, I could say that up until about this year and this age, something like this would not have been my cup of tea. I always really wanted that full coverage look. But I have found as I'm aging, and I've heard this from a lot of women, if I get something that's a little too heavy, a little too mask-like, it really enhances my fine lines, like big time. I go from looking 34 to looking 76, like real fast. So that went pretty far. It was a decent amount. I obviously have some left on my fingers here, but I'm gonna pick up just a little bit more for the forehead. I will admit, I feel like I could go through this bottle fairly quickly. I wouldn't say it's like a little bit goes a long way unless you like really, really light coverage. Because if you're someone who really wants to look like you're not wearing makeup and you just want the softest finish ever, then a little bit would go a long way. But I like to amp up the coverage of this just a little bit. I don't find I have to use a primer under it, which is kind of nice. I really like the one-step idea that I don't have to reach for a primer with this. What's left on my fingers, I'm dragging it down. If you are a low-key makeup wearer, I think this looks really pretty right now. Like, I wouldn't have to go in with more products. This is for the person who just wants your skin but better. I woke up like this. I don't like looking like I'm wearing makeup. I think right now is really beautiful. Let me pull you in closer. If you want to see what my skin really looks like, make sure you're on 4K setting. You will feel like you're sitting here in the room with me. You will truly see what my skin looks like, what my pores look like. So I have acne scarring. It's definitely improved over the years, but like I have some definite divots in my skin from having severe acne as a young adult. And I still have pores, but my goodness, there's something about the way this sits on the skin, the way it pushes the light off the skin. It like keeps the light from sitting in the pore. And it really makes them look so much smoother. It makes your skin look very hydrated, but not greasy, because I don't like that. It feels very nice on the skin. It's just barely tacky, but it sets down fairly well for how beautifully radiant the finish is. I have worn the Yummy Skin Tint just like this. I've also built up on top of this. When I'm going to work, I want all the other extra stuff on top. This isn't a finished look for me. So I am gonna go on top with some products so you can see how it plays with other products. And I've just been changing how I put on makeup. Like, I used to be like slapping the concealer on, right? Like the full on triangles, the center of the face, the whole thing. I'm just not that girl anymore. And also, if I put on too much concealer under the eyes, I will look 700 years old by the end of the day. No matter what concealer it is, I do find my e.l.f. matte concealer stays very, very, very well, especially for a $5 concealer. Danessa does have a new concealer that I would really like to try, but the price tag was pretty up there for a concealer, and I was just like, I really like my e.l.f. concealer. I don't know if I can justify spending that much on a concealer, but I would be intrigued to try it. I personally like to let this concealer sit just for a minute, not too long, because if you let it sit too long, it will be stuck like that. No one wants to walk around looking like that. And I've really been liking this brush for blending out my concealer. I can keep it kind of targeted to those trouble areas, and I blend it all out under here because it's a family trait. Some people's eyes, I feel like, start to come out as they age. Ours start to sink in. And then, honestly, the redness around my nose is not bad, but I'll just use a little bit of what's left on my brush just to touch it up a little bit. I personally have found that this does play really well with other products. I let it sit for a bit just to make sure it's fully dry before I start blending stuff out on top. Gotta get under those bangs. This is the Fenty Beauty Stick, just their little contour stick. I really have been impressed with it. I really like it. It is, look at my bangs right now. I have honestly enjoyed it, and I feel like it lasts quite a while because I use it almost every day and feel like I've had it in my beauty case for quite a while. Like, I'm not really being extra cautious on my blend here, and I don't feel like the tint is moving around. I mean, you would think with Danessa Myricks being a professional makeup artist, she's gonna make a product that other products can go on top of. And I have found this Morphe cream blush wears really pretty on top because this is also smoothing. This is their Hue Fork Rush 3-in-1 Silk Blush in the shade Pleasured. And I just go in with this e.l.f. stippling brush. I like to lay the most coverage on the back side of my cheekbones. I like to pretend like I have cheekbones. Okay, I mean, I do, but they're not very prominent. I like to pretend like they're prominent. So sometimes I just go in with this. Other times I do kind of build up the blush by putting other blushes on top. I think that is what I will probably do today. This blush also has a smoothing effect, which I really like. Again, my large pores. Anything that can smooth them out, I'm there for it. I'm going to pop some of my Pure, what is this? Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Powder. This is a bit light for me, which honestly works. I've been on a mission to find products that don't have tell. It is harder than it sounds. That powder is so light. If I could redo something, I would go back and bump it up just one level so it's not quite as fair, but you know, bronzer, see? Bronzer can fix that. This is the good old Benefit Hula. Does this have talc in it? And I just like to kind of re-chisel out, again, those cheekbones. I like to pretend like I have, go down the neck some. I've just become a little less precise with some of my makeup application. I feel like I want a softer blend. I don't want to look totally chiseled, the full-on intense contour. Once in a while, it's fun. I will do it once in a while, okay? But I really just want a little softer look. Something about being almost mid-30, I just like the little bit softer glam. And then I do want to put on a little bit of my House Labs blush. I really love this blush. Pomelo Peach. I have the really pink toned one, and I love both of them. The line just did a great job with their blushes, in my opinion. I do need to do 2 quick steps to finish the look. I haven't done my under eyes yet because I knew I'd be blending out some concealer. I'm using my good old Jaclyn Hill palette. I just love this palette. Honestly, it is like a favorite. I could get rid of all of my other palettes and for the most part be able to create any look that I want. It just has everything you need. This is the Telescopic Mascara by L'Oreal. And you know what? Hold on. One more step. One second. Because why the heck not? I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm going absolutely nowhere today. But you know what? Nose highlight, Cupidville highlight, always just, and you know what the heck? It just always does something to me. It just completes the look. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that was the Fenty Beauty highlight in Prosecco. And now I gotta pop a lip on. There was another shade of this I had that I really loved, but my daughter twisted the whole thing up and then put the cap on. It was a sad day in this house. This is the Huda in Raha. More brown tone than I was expecting to go. And I think I'll just pick a lip liner to go with it. This is Bumble. That is more pinky toned than I expected. That is not the color I was thinking it was. It was going so well and then it went downhill quickly. Okay, and then just for fun, the final step in my makeup that I've been doing for probably over a year now, that I just feel like totally changes the look of my makeup, is going in with the brow marker. I really like the NYX. It's affordable. I can get it right at Ulta. The only downside is I feel like they dry out faster than they used to. I don't know if they changed the formula, they cheapened something up, but I do feel like I go through these pretty quickly. And then I just love to do a few little lines here. And I just feel like it just changes everything. It does something to me. It does something to the look. I feel like a different woman after. Welcome to my face. So this is what the Yummy Skin Tint looks applied, freshly applied. I really love this product. Truly, I think it is so good. I love the way my skin looks. I think it gives me a youthful vibe, again, without being greasy. It sits beautifully on my skin. It plays nicely with my other products, whether they're high-end or they're drugstore. I'm gonna check back in with you later today. I don't know how long of a wear I will get because it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm definitely gonna check in with you guys so you can see how it wears throughout my day. All right, guys, I will see you later tonight. Hello, it is hour 5 check-in. Lipstick is fully gone, but I feel like the foundation is wearing pretty nicely. The hubby and I are actually gonna go out to a dinner That's not kid friendly. Like what? Literally think it's been since March, so that's a long time ago. I don't even know how to act right now. But anyways, yes, this is the pores. I think the glow's still really pretty. It's not too much. Gonna pop on some lipstick. But yeah, this is it.